Hello and welcome back to Kirsten's Cove. So today's video I'm so excited about because it's combining books and TV shows. I'm talking about books that got adapted into a TV show or a movie. I was going to originally do two videos where I talked about the ones where I liked the books better and then ones where I liked the movies or TV shows better, and then I realized there was only like two that I liked the TVs or movies better, so one video it is, one a little longer video. Alright, so top of the list, there's in no particular order, Harry Potter, because I think that's the most obvious and like one of the bigger ones. I will say the first three movies did great. I think it included so much of the books. It left out some. I wish that there was some in the books that we could have, wish there was some stuff in the books that we could have seen in the movies, but I get it. You don't always have enough time. That's fine. It's the 4 through 7 or 8 movies, I guess, where they started adding things that's where they lost me. I still love everything Harry Potter related, besides who wrote it. But if you have books and you can't include everything in the books because there's not enough time, then you don't have enough time to add things. No. Tailing off of that, the next one is Percy Jackson. I love the movie and the book separately. In my head, that movie is not really based off that book because it is so different. It's inspired by that book, but it is not based off of it. The TV show that is about to come out, that is going full redemption. I'm so excited for it. You have no idea. I love Percy Jackson and the Percy Jackson books so much. That movie, again, why did we need to add things? Why did we need to add that at all? We don't even need to talk about the second movie because moving on, I have a nice little list again, no order. The Giver. Honestly, I think that they're kind of equal in my brain. It's been a minute since I've seen the movie and read the book. So yeah, I honestly think that it's pretty equal. I think that they did a great job with showing all of the feelings from the book. Anyway, moving on. Tale of Despereaux, another one for a long time ago. It was my favorite book growing up. I was so excited when they turned it into a movie. I think doing it animated was the best thing that they could have done. I think they did a good job showing all three parts of the book. No complaints. I will always like the book better just because it was my favorite book from my childhood. Another favorite from my childhood was City of Ember. I do like the book better in this one. I think that there was a lot missing from the movie, and then the movie didn't keep going with the series. City of Ember is a series, so why didn't they keep going? Anyway, Shadowhunters, I've already talked about this. I have never seen the movie, so I don't have any opinion on it. For me, Catherine McNamara, however you say her last name, Dom Sherwood, the cast of the TV show will be the characters in my head forever, so I can't even imagine watching a movie with different actors that play the same characters. And then I think that they did a really great job. Had they done the season 4 that I heard that they wanted to, I probably would have a different opinion, but they didn't end up doing that, so here we are. So I'm going to keep going with what I know that they did, which is something that I did really enjoy. I do like the books better, but I think that they did a good job. Pretty Little Liars is one of the first ones that I will say that I actually liked the TV show better. I know a lot of people didn't like the ending. That's okay. It does deviate a lot from the books, but I think that the show stayed more adult and kind of grew with their audience. It started very similar. I mean, the first season is the exact same as the first 4 books. And then the next season, or the next set of 4 books, because it kind of came out in sets of 4, is where it deviates, still kind of similar, but it does deviate. But the show needed to grow up with the people watching it, whereas the books kind of stay meh. I think I only made it to book 9. There are 12 of them. Guys, there are 12 Pretty Little Liars books. There's a lot. And when I read to see how it ends, and it's interesting. But yeah, so I did like the TV show more. I did like the direction that they took it in. Yeah, also the Pretty Little Liars books are super easy to read. It's like early high school, middle school. So next one that I actually do like the TV show and movies better is Nancy Drew. And I will say this only, I love the Nancy Drew books, but as an adult, the Nancy Drew books are more middle school age read. And so the TV show is definitely more adult. It's a little bit scarier, a little bit more intense. And then the movie is kind of like high schoolish. But yeah, like I think that they did a really great job with both because there's so many stories of nature. There's hundreds of books, right? They did a great job with everything. And I do enjoy getting to see Nancy Drew on my screen live as more of like an adult. So yeah, that's gonna be one of the only ones that I liked the TV show and movie better. Those are the only two. So moving on, The 9 Lives of Chloe King. If you haven't read the book, you should. And I'm still salty that they only gave us one season of that TV show. It was great. They're very separate. I loved them both. Very separate. They deviated very much from the book. They were very much from the book. Yeah. I like them both separately. We'll go with that. So next, kind of more dystopian. This is all over the place. So sorry. This is random, but go with me. Hunger Games. So many feelings towards Hunger Games. I could probably do an entire video on Hunger Games. The books are better, but they did such a good job with the movies. They did not add anything like they did with like other dystopian. Like I think it was the most true to the books adaptation that we've ever gotten of like those dystopian worlds. So yeah, I think that that's one of the most like true to the books adaptations that we've gotten, and they did a fantastic job with the movies, and I do love the movies. They did a wonderful, and I'm excited to see the new prequel one to come out to see if they continue to do well with it. Okay, so those are all of the ones where I have read the books and watched the TV and movie shows. I have some where I've done one or the other. So Divergent, Maze Runner, and Twilight, I have watched everything. Divergent, I don't think I'm going to read because I don't want to put myself through that pain. Maze Runner, I do want to read, and Twilight, I do want to read. Twilight is one where, like, I don't know why that they're doing another TV show. Similar to Harry Potter, like, you got all the movies. You got the full series. Why are we going back? It doesn't need redemption. We're good. I'm still intrigued. Twilight, I'm more intrigued than the other one, but anyway. The Vampire Diaries also, I have watched through thoroughly. I don't think I'm going to read the books. I've heard it's really different, and I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I love the Vampire Diaries so much, I don't need to read the books. All of, like, Jenny Han stuff, so To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I've watched all of the movies. I haven't read the books, and I think I want to. I've heard that she's a wonderful writer. And ones that I need to do both. So this summer I turned pretty. I have all of the books. I want to read them because I've heard that show is really good and I want to watch the show. I just need to figure out how. Okay, and my last like little segment, little thing here is adaptions that are coming up that I'm excited for. So A Court of Thorn and Roses, I'm really excited for. I am really intrigued and I'm hesitant towards it because I'm curious how they're going to do casting, and that's going to be the make or break with this. But I like that Sarah J. Maas is involved with it. If you can't tell, I really like it when the author is really involved in the best way possible because they know their book inside and out. It ends with us. I respect that and understand why she aged them. I don't necessarily agree with the casting. I had a different casting in mind, but I understand why she aged them. If you didn't know, she aged them because looking back, she realizes that a neurosurgeon is probably not going to be like 28 years old, and it's going to be older, especially as established as she has Ryle B in the books. Yeah. The wardrobe choices is where I'm out. That's where she loses me, but I'm still intrigued. We'll see what happens when the writer's strike ends. Speaking of writer's strike, We Were Liars is the next one that I'm so excited for, because I feel like it's gonna have the same feeling of Summer I Turned Pretty and Outer Banks, of like that East Coast teenage drama feel. And when I say coast, I mean coastal. Very similar to like The Summer I Turned Pretty and Outer Banks. And so I'm very excited for that one. Karina McKenzie and Julie Plec are both attached to it, and I love them. Specifically Karina. Karina, if you ever see this, obsessed with your work. And then lastly, the Percy Jackson series, which I've already talked about how obsessed I am for it. I'm so excited. Alright, I think that is all. I probably missed some. I definitely missed some that are super exciting and people absolutely love. Okay, it is now a couple days later since I filmed that, and I'm currently editing it. And I'm realizing just how many I've forgotten, and apparently I need to do part 2 to this video, so please keep that in mind. Anyway, continue, enjoy. Let me know which ones I did miss, because I'm a sucker for these. I love adaptions, and I wish that I could write scripts so that way I could turn some of my favorite books into scripts to get them done. Anyway, that is it for today, and like and subscribe for more, because definitely have some awesome things planned coming up. I will see you all next week. Bye guys.